Hello YouTube, this is Uncle from Reloaded with our next war recap video, and this time we were up against Mashhad Stars. It was actually quite a fun war. The score wasn't that close in the end, but they kind of tailed off towards the second and the last couple of hours of war and didn't use all their attacks. But up until that point it had been reasonably close, so it was a good fun war. And look, just highlights one of the strengths of our clan in war is that we use all of our attacks all wars. Let's check out our attacks at the start. So Major with a super 3-star on their top Town Hall 10. Just a bit of hit and miss on our Town Hall 10s this war. That happens sometimes. Town Hall 10, it can be a bit risky when you're going for 3 stars, but that's what we're here for. However, our Town Hall 9s did a superb job, so some really good attacks. Thor with a 6-star war, so congrats there. We've got loads of people on, there's Geek on 199, which is a bit heartbreaking. We've got Zimmer on 6 stars, and DM with a triple. Got attacks at the bottom, which we probably won't even bother to look at in that much detail, which were pretty easy. So let's check out what they did to our bases. So got a triple on Crusher, which was a bit of a shock at the time, but then they left 2 of our Town Hall 9s untouched, which just makes no sense at all. So it was kind of a bit weird, a little bit disappointing they didn't use more attacks. If I'm honest, it would have been a much more fun and close war. But on our side, reasonably solid performance in the end on our Town Hall, on their Town Hall 10s, and very, very nicely done indeed on Town Hall 9s. Pretty much all of them mopped, only 1 or 2 stars left on the board. So super job from our 9s. Let's kick it off with Major coming in and crushing this Town Hall 10. And it's kind of a odd layout. So he starts off at one side with the Queen Walk. Love calling these Queen Walks on Major's attacks because it's just so much value with a level 39 Queen, and that is some serious farming that has gone into getting the Queen that high. So props to you, Major, for being patient with your farming and reaping the rewards of doing so. So he's built a nice funnel. The base itself lends itself very, very well to being funneled anyway. Gets a raid spell down. That's nice. It's going to actually help his healers in a second, help bring his Queen back up to health as well. The moment they step into that raid spell, there's coming straight at the Infernos. Only taken 1 free spell, but that's because he's chosen very nicely there. I don't know how many people picked that up, but he was coming in at 2 Infernos, and he waited to see which of the 2 Infernos the bowlers were going to go and target, and then froze the other. So that's very nicely done. Some giant bombs there, does a bit of damage, but he's still got plenty in the bag. Still loads and loads of bowlers running around. He's got all of his heroes up still. The healers are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, keeping all of the bowlers up and running, and the next thing you know, there's not much left in the base. Certainly not going to be enough to prevent this from being anything other than a 3-star. Those bowlers under heal, there's under no real threat at all. There just aren't enough defenses left to pose any kind of problems, and he's got an absolute ton of bowlers left over. He's got his king, he's got his Queen, he's got got royalty coming out of his ears, he's got bowlers everywhere, he's got wizards on clean up on the corners. There's only one way this is going to end, and that is with all 3 of the stars. So a very nice attack indeed, Major. Absolute pleasure to watch. Alrighty, let's. Oh, sorry, I forgot that I need to be driving this thing, and I forgot to put it on double speed as well. So that was a regular speed replay. So Jason coming in on their high level Town Hall 10, and he is Town Hall 9, excuse me, coming in with 3 golems and a bunch of wizards. Built a nice wide funnel, opens up the base in a couple of different locations, a couple of Max P.E.K.K.A, a bunch of Valkyries, and he's got a few hogs up his sleeve as well. So he gets Lure. It's a Lava Hound in the CC. That's going to distract his Queen briefly, but he's got hogs coming in on one side there. It's probably better if you drop the hogs on the side where you've got the golems, so that they're being distracted by the defenses, distracted by the golems. Keep your hogs alive longer, and you'll take more defenses down with them. Might try giving that a go, but it doesn't matter. I'm nitpicking here because we all know which way this attack is going to go. doing a nice job of cleaning the attack up as you go along, as in cleaning the base up as you go along. So there's no cleanup needed. By the time you get to the far side of the base, it will be game over. It's one of the nice things about kind of the go wipe style attacks. Pops the king's ability just to help get through this wall. The wizards are doing superb jobs, just taking out the defenses over the walls whilst the rest of the troops are bashing through the walls. Again, wizards take out the one remaining defense, and it's all over bar the crying, as there's only a couple of trash buildings left and loads of troops left to clear it out. So very nice attack, Jace. Cleaning it up like a boss. Okay, let's check out Nick coming in on this Town Hall 9 with max defense, and it's kind of a bit like the general in layout. It drops his queen down on one corner here, king on the other corner, which is kind of interesting choice here, just to help build a bit of the funnel. He's not really under that much threat or damage. He's got a few giants as well. He's got bowlers in the CC, and here come those red-headed ladies. Anything can happen when you drop those into a base, and it pretty much usually does. And so he's got troops left, right and centre. There's a heal spell and a jump spell giving them access. He's very cleverly not bought any wizards, which is a great choice if you know that there is a Valk in the a Lava Hound in the CC. And what that means is been very careful with his queen. So you notice that his queen is queen walking away from where the rest of his troops are. That just means it's more likely that she never comes into sight of the Lava Hound or gets distracted by it. Meanwhile, the rest of his troops that is deployed here are all ground attacking troops. None of them shoot into the air, so it means none of them get distracted by trying to take out the Lava Hound. So the Lava Hound doesn't pop, which means it's basically stuck doing virtually nothing at all, because it does no damage at all when it's not popped. We'll have to scroll up a little bit here. The queen is starting to get close to the hound. She might get a bit distracted towards the end, but look, by that stage there's nothing left on the base. He's done a very nice job indeed and gets the triple star. So that's how you do it with a hound. Don't take anything that shoots into the air. Nicely done still. Okay. Up next we've got Thor coming in on his mirror with a couple of golems and some wizards. He's got some wall breakers, a bit unlucky, he has a bit of a wall breaker fail there, but responds, reacts, drops one of his jump spells down, continues work, very patient, keeps working, make sure he's got his funnel built. That's really nicely done. Heal spell for his Valks into the core of the base, drops a second jump spell just to help them push through the base, and then once they've taken out 2/3 of the base that they've been able to access via the two jump spells, they'll have to beat through walls for the last little bit, but the chances are that you've got the queen or hogs or something helping take out that last little bit of the base anyway, and if not, then you've got pretty much all your Valks still up, because they've been able to take out defenses quickly and they won't have any trouble tearing through those walls. So very nicely done, Thor. Okay, I think I got all those words in before the attack ended. Okay, and next we've got Geek coming in on this base here. I think it was Bazza that Riley commented, this base is a great poster for why you don't put a Lava Hound in the CC if you have ground facing expos, which is exactly the case here. So it's just perfect for a 5 Lava Hound La Lune attack. Rage spell just over the top of each of the air defenses. You don't have to worry about the Archer Queen. Just drop a poison on her head, slows down her rate of damage, and the pups will do everything you need them to, and take her out in their own sweet time. So she doesn't really pose that much of a threat. There's tons of balloons left over. The last defense is about to go down. Still got a hound up. That's gone a bit, I forgot to hit the fast forward button. Let's speed that up a little bit. There's only cleanup left to do, so we'll actually speed it up a little bit more. Don't need to see a bunch of lava pups running around. And there you go. Okay, sorry, a bit rusty on the 2 times button this War recap, my apologies. Okay, and next we have got, remember the 2x speed button, we've got Thor coming in again on the bottom with a couple of golems, some wall breakers, a few wizards. Don't need a lot of wizards to make a funnel for Valks. You need maybe 5 or 6. If you're bringing 14, you might want to think about what you're doing with the rest of the wizzies and whether you could be bringing other troops, but it all depends on the base and what you've got to clear to build the funnel. Gets a nice funnel for his Valkyries, nice jump spell which encourages them in through the core. Second jump spell gets them through to the far side of the base, and the nature of that enormous compartment at the top, which is actually a really bad choice for against Valkyries. Big compartments are just, Valks love them. And look, he's run from one side to the other with his Valks with those 2 jump spells and pretty much wasted the base. There's not that much left. His queen is slowly being under attack by one of the archer towers, and she doesn't go down because one of the Valks just manages to take it out in time. Nice attack. Starting to see a pattern there, Thor, with your spell composition, and it's working very nicely for you, so keep it up. Okay, Faye coming in on number 14. Again, coming in from the bottom, and I think it was Still who taught us to come in from the bottom whenever you can. Comes in, builds again. It's a very similar base design to the last one. In fact, it looks exactly the same, and he's doing it in pretty much the same way. So yeah, look, just 1 heal spell builds the funnel. Second does it without a second jump spell in this case, no? So it's slightly different spell composition, but same result. Lower level wall, so you don't need a second jump spell for these. Tons of Valkyries left over. Pops the Queen's ability. She's going to take down several defenses with her ability. That's very nice. She even pops around the corner to take out the archer tower rather than getting focused on that storage, which is absolutely perfect. It's got just about a rugby club worth of Valkyries there. Bet you didn't know that was the collective noun for Valkyries, and comes in and gets. Oh no, there's a little bit of work to do on the right hand side of the base. I thought we were done. The Queen has got a little bit distracted with the lava pups. They're going to get distracted with, in turn, they will get distracted with those golems and golemites, and that buys the Valkyries and King enough time to get the 3 stars. So nicely done, Faye. Okay. Next up, we've got GG, and it was GG for number 15. Coming in with some air, which is quite cool. So again, this was another. These guys had a lot of lava hounds in their CCs, which just is perfect for air attacks. Comes in, drops a a lava hound there, just to soak up a little bit of initial damage from some of the air defenses. Meanwhile, he's got rages and heals for his dragons as they come in. He's got some loons just to help take out some of the defenses, and just working his way across the base. He's got his queen up still, dropping a couple of minions here, which is really nicely done, just to help with a bit of the cleanup on the outside. His queen is tagging along under the protection or tanking of a couple of these dragons, so she's helping take buildings out and just helping the dragons push through the base that little bit faster. There are a couple of defenses left here, and he is running out of dragons, but he's got enough to get the job done. There's only 1 archer tower left and more than enough health left on his dragon. Just a little bit of work left to do on that storage, and it's the 3 stars. So a very nice attack, and some nice variety in our attacks this war too, so that was quite cool. Okay, minor major coming in on this Town Hall 9, and it's a flat side, which is always nice from a funneling point of view. So he gets the CC lure, drops a bunch of wizards down under poison, takes out the CC, built a nice funnel for his troops. He's got his Valks in the core under a heal spell and a raid spell, which is also helping the bowlers there. He's got his queen on one side, just absolutely crushed the core of this base. These symmetrical base designs are not good for Valk attacks, and just generally not good, full stop, but particularly susceptible to Valks and Hogs, because as you can see, there's pretty much no spaces for giant bombs, but Minor just comes in and trashes it. Very nice attack. Okay, let's keep it going. got Eva coming in on this Town Hall 9. Another Town Hall 9 attack from Eva, which is kind of cool. Alrighty, drops Hog, gets CC lure, brings the troops up to the top. Drops a wizard and a poison, a few wizards down, quite a few wizards down. But under poison, that dragon is not going to shoot the wizards fast enough, and gets the CC troops down. Drops a golem with a couple of wall breakers, starts to open up the base. Ton of Valkyries, here they coming in. Nice jump spell that gives the Valkyries access to pretty much 2/3 of the base, more or less, and that's exactly what they are going to trash. Pretty much 2/3 of the base. The next thing you know, it's a matter of seconds, and the base is toast. At this point, there's just not enough left to pose any kind of resistance. Nice placement on the heal spell, because all the Valkyries are going to want to run through it on their way to clearing up the defenses. She's got her queen coming around the outside, just helping with the cleanup. Meanwhile, the main force of Valkyries are still doing great work in taking out the defenses. The queen's helping with the cleanup on the inside of the base. The Valkyries have pretty much wrecked all the defenses, and it's all over bar the crying and the 3 stars. So very nice attack indeed, Helen. Okay, let's move along. We've got Zimmer coming in on their top Town Hall 8 with dragons. Why wouldn't you? So it comes in with a pile of dragons and a raid spell, gets the CC lure. It's got a bunch of hogs on the back end with a haste spell, which helped push them through and snuck them underneath the defending balloon. So that was quite cool. But he's crushed the base. The hogs getting that final, air defense was a really nice touch. Troll Tesla in the corner, protected by a giant bomb, but doesn't help. A very nice attack indeed by Zimmer. Up next, we've got Minnie Murray, Town Hall 8 on Town Hall 8 action, and it's drags. Why wouldn't you? So it gets Zap Quake on one of the air defenses. Quite a few, one of these bases with buildings all over the shop, so he's got a few low troop space troops just to help with some of this outside cleanup as he is building his creating his funnel here. He's got the lure on the CC with his dragons. He's got his balloons down, poison down for the defending CC. That's nice, lovely placement on the rage spell. Gets his balloons straight over one of the air defenses. His dragons take out one of the others, and the next thing you know, there's not too many defenses left. He's got his king still up. He's still got his ability. Only that Tesla left that can shoot any defenses, so we will hit this button on fast 4 times because I forgot to do that as we watch the rest of the cleanup, and boom, gets the 3-star. Nicely done. Okay, let's keep it moving along. Zimmer coming in on their number 20. So he drops a few hogs, drops enough hogs. That's really nicely done. It wasn't just one hog. Realised he had to take out the cannon to get the lure, so he brought enough hogs to get the job done. It's always nice to see. Doesn't quite get the dragon down with the poison spells, but only takes a couple of archers and gets what he needs done. There is a troll Tesla up in the corner. Again, these guys love their troll Teslas. No matter, he comes in with his Valks. It's got a heal spell down. He's got hogs coming in from the bottom of the base as well under heal. That should just be enough to get that one remaining arch tower down. There's no more defenses left. He's got a bazillion Valks left over and gets the 3-star. Nice attack. Okay, Danger Mouse coming in on their number 21, so it's the Mass Drags coming in. King on the far side with some hogs just to take out one of the air defenses, which is a very nice touch. So King doing a nice job of distracting all the defenses. Hogs are doing great work in running towards the 2 Teslas in the corner and gets the triple, so nicely done. Who is up next? I think these attacks obviously just here to make up the numbers in their war, so we won't spend too much time at all looking at these attacks. And as you can see, they don't take too long to play. Brat kind of doing it fairly minimalistic style, and why wouldn't you? Because I think there was pretty much no loot available for this attack, and gets a triple, so that was nicely done. And it's more of the same on the next attack. So the thing that takes up the most time on these attacks is actually dealing with the CC, because there's not much in the way of defense left. Pretty much exactly the same base time. Very strangely, these this clan didn't use any of. So they've got 4 of these kind of mini attacks, mini bases at the bottom, but they didn't use them to scout, which was kind of odd. Again, more of the same here. I think this is actually like a Town Hall 2 or something silly like that. Just dropping enough troops to get the job done, and the next thing you know, it's all over. So just kind of not much to see here. Move right along. One more just for completeness, just so we can say we've watched all of the attacks. Bunch of it's barge basically. There's yep. So there you go. Alrighty, nice war, everybody. Good fun war. Let's keep the green streak going, and we will see you in the next war. Meantime, peace out and